Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well. Anytime notebook time for We Love Betting. Yeah, another winner last week. We're still in pursuit of 2 or 3 winners out of 3. But yeah, we'll keep on things ticking over, and we'll go again this weekend. So let's start off. No more further ado. We'll start off at Fleetwood. At Crawley, where Fleetwood are the visitors this weekend. Just things kind of falling off the rails for Graham Alexander's men in recent weeks after a pretty fine start. Fully expect them to come back to the pack, but that might not be the case when they face a pretty terrible Crawley side at the moment, who's let Rochdale stick 4 past them last weekend. Looks to be in all sorts of trouble. This Fleetwood side, I think, he had a decent away profile last year, and it similarly might be the case this year. So to go there with every chance, like I say, the 11 to 8 for Fleetwood doesn't appeal at all, but we might be able to find an angle with Jamie Proctor, the former Crawley player who returns to Crawley this weekend for Fleetwood. Already opened his account a couple of times this season. We love a former player returning to their club on the Anytime Notebook. What I also love as well is players that like to see out the 90 minutes, of which Jamie Proctor is one of them. So we should be able to get a run across the whole of the 90 minutes. Like I said, yeah, return to his former club. Already scored a couple away from home this season. We fully expect him to not celebrate, I guess, when he scores, but we'll do all the celebrating for him if he does. So 13 to 5, he goes off at, so I'll gladly put him up first of all. Next off, we'll head to Valley Parade, where Swindon are the visitors to Bradford this weekend. Swindon had a bye week last week. Well, they weren't playing due to their international call-ups, but the meticulous work I think that Mark Cooper puts in, he will have been looking ahead to the games they've got coming up. The first place he probably would have visited was Bradford in their 3-1 defeat to Yeovil last week, and what he would have seen was Aaron Martin for Yeovil scoring 2 headers from set pieces, so further kind of reiterating the defensive problems that Bradford might be having in the absence of Andrew Davies and the continued question marks around Jordan Pickford in that Bradford goal. So that could be an angle. So we're going to kind of take a bit of a gamble here, and I'm going to put up Jordan Turnbull, who's not a player that's made the Anytime Notebook at all. He's only made 7 league appearances from what I could tell, on loan from Southampton. A centre-half, but looks exactly the type of player from the highlights that I've seen to get on the end of one soon enough. So that, he could open his account if Swindon see the Bradford vulnerability as an opportunity, then that could be the case. So 16 to 1 he goes off at, which is a bet to nothing really, isn't it? So I'll stick a few pennies on Jordan Turnbull to see if he can begin his professional scoring career. Let's move on. Wimbledon, down in League 2, is the last place we will stop. They head to the Crown Ground this weekend to face Accrington. Wimbledon, 14 goals in their last 8, sharing all the goals around, apart from a pretty big absentee, Adebayo Akinfenwa, who is yet to get off the mark this season, which is good news for punters because it means he goes off at a better price. He goes off at 11 to 4 this weekend, and the slight little angle that we've got here is that he's still kind of, carried on some of his form. He reached double figures in League 1 last year, but the last visit to the Crown Ground he scored a hat-trick for Northampton, so it's a place that obviously carries some happy memories for the big man. So I'll gladly put him up at what I think is a nice price, 11 to 4. I certainly wouldn't put him up at any shorter. So Akinfenwa, 11 to 4, added to Jordan Turnbull at a huge 16 to 1, and Jamie Proctor looks nailed on to get one at his old club Crawley for Fleetwood at 13 to 5. Stick all those together, pays a nice healthy return. Whatever you're back in this weekend, be lucky, and I'll see you on the other side.